promising to come live for days, weeks, and I've been traveling and I have some videos to upload because I haven't yet. Haven't done so as of yet. But how are you all doing? I'm stopping in to say hello. I have a few minutes in between some of the work that I'm doing virtually, but I wanted to stop in and just for us to just to drop a word. Sometimes the what we have or what we're looking for is right in front of us, and many times we've heard that, right? Whether it's in business or whether it's in life, exactly what we're looking for, it's right in front of us, and sometimes we miss it. We miss it because, let's see if we have a lipstick down here. We miss it because sometimes we are playing small. We miss it because, not even so much playing small, I should say. I would say that we miss it because we're distracted. How about that? We're distracted, right? We're doing so many things that sometimes we lose focus. And you're going to hear me talk a lot about abundance, a lot about just taking time out to to reset. They say reset, rejuvenate, restore, replenish, everything that's the R. And so it's good when you get those moments that you can replenish. It's good when you can get those moments to know that you've been doing too much. You've been running too much. You've been just so distracted that you lose sight of what's important. You sometimes lose sight of the things that are important to you. And for me, I am seeing that the longer they say you live, the more that you learn, which is so true. Because I've seen people who totally ignore what's in front of them because we're looking for something else. So, yeah, it's good to slow down. Yes, it's good to take moments. Yes, it's good to take time when you are able to stop and say, let me just take a moment, wait up, hold a minute, let me take a moment, let me refocus because right now it's time to refuel. And so I'm always going to talk about that because we sometimes aren't able to see what's in front of us. And speaking of that, I need to charge this phone. Got so much going on. All right, speaking of distraction, see what I can do here. Let's see. Do I have it? Whoa, look at that. Look at that. So if you're listening in and this is your first time on my channel, hey everybody, how are you doing? If you can hear me and you're seeing me okay, just drop a link. Let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you are. Okay, sports, Edith. Hi, thank you for checking in. Where are you viewing? Where are you tuning in from? On this channel, we talk a lot about abundance. On this channel, we talk about a lot of transformation, and of course, a lot when it comes to business, especially for those of you who are entrepreneurs. So, if you are an entrepreneur, you have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to answer it for you. Because sometimes people are afraid to go into business for themselves when in fact all it will require, you're in the USA. Hey, all right, wonderful. Are you an entrepreneur? Because entrepreneurs who like to start, have their own business, it's important that you understand that you set the foundation for it. And I think I'm going to do a whole another live on that, because before you start your business, you got to ask yourself the biggest question: why? Yeah, why do you want to go into business? Some people say, of course I want to make money. Of course I want freedom. Of course I want flexibility. I want those things too. However, you have to ask yourself the question, Why do you want to do it? Why do you really want to go into business? Okay, so you may want to try to sell things, and that's the question you have to ask yourself: why? Who needs what you are going to sell? And that's why I always say to people, if you are going to make an impact on this planet, if you're going to make a difference in this world, yes, these are questions that entrepreneurs ask themselves. So you may try to sell something. What is it that you think you'd like to sell? Is there a need for it? Do people really want it? And when you find out, okay, maybe people do want what I have to offer. Who are they and who are those people? So now you have to do your work to find out who are they? Where do they live? Why would this be important to them? Because if you try to serve everybody, it doesn't work. So then ask yourself your why. Who are the people you are going to serve? And are you willing to do the work to find out who they are? So you don't know what you want to sell as of yet. And so some people will, maybe they may set up an Amazon store. They may sell t-shirts. You don't have to do the t-shirts. There are places that you could put up the t-shirts. They do all the work. They send it somewhere else. You get a cut, they get a cut. Everybody is happy. So if you want to do something that's, and I always say this to people: don't try and do it all by yourself. Something's got to give a little bit. So you may find that, hey, this is something that I can set up. They get something, I get something, right? So think of the things that people may want. Maybe I would love a design of a t-shirt or something that you do. Maybe it could be a journal, right? So there are things that you don't have to do them. You don't have to order them and mail them anywhere. There are companies that can help you set that up. So I would say do some research on it, and you can test a few things and put it out there and see, what it would take to do that. And just make sure you take care of everything when it comes to your business and those who can support you and help you, to make sure you have things in place so you can keep track of it and that things are done correctly. So yes, there's a fun side of business and there's the business side. So it's not boring, It's just you making sure that things are done properly so that at the end of the year you have no issues, right? So that's good. So that's good to do. So yeah, talking about, you finding your passion. What is it that you're passionate about? We hear that all the time, as a coach. That's one of the big questions I ask people. What are you passionate about? What is the thing that makes you smile? What is that thing that makes you happy? What is that thing that doesn't feel like work to you? And so you could be passionate about it. That thing that you're passionate about could lead you to your purpose. And sometimes too, you may change your mind that I don't want to do this anymore. Been there, done that, had enough, and that's okay. So you want to do work on what are some of the things that you're passionate about. And I always say, you'll hear this thing in coaching, we'll always ask the question: if you knew you had no chance of failing, what would be that thing that you would want to do? If you knew you had no chance of failing, just guess, and just, allow yourself to think big and say, "Oh man, if I could do that thing, I would sell some stuff that people want, and now I have to find out what it is." But for me, it was like, what could I do? I want something that if I knew I had no chance of failing, I would want to work with people to support them, to help them, to take their business into the next level. Hey, Stormy, hello, how are you? I'm telling you, the lighting is just perfect today. It's just perfect. That's why I'm not moving. I think I'm leaning to the side a little bit because, and thank you, the lighting is just perfect. But yeah, what is it that you're passionate about when it comes to you being here? I always go deep. I say, you being here on this planet, you know. If I knew I had no chance of failing, I would I would coach from anywhere around the world. I would support other people. to launch their business. I'm doing well, thank you so much. I would support other people to launch their business and talk to them and inspire them and allow them, to dream and think bigger and just to hold that space for them. That has always wanted That's always a thing that I want to do. And my thing was always I want people to feel happy. I never, maybe because I'm a middle child, must be the middle child syndrome, right? But I always wanted people to feel happy, to feel well. And even when they weren't feeling their best, even as a nurse, oh my goodness, yes. As a nurse, I always wanted to give my best to people because right now we're healthy, but something, could happen that we will need the support of others, and you would want their kindness, right? And so, even as you say, helping the homeless, that too is good. You can find yourself volunteering with nonprofits. I volunteer with nonprofits because the most valuable thing I have is my time. So, you can give your time to a nonprofit. That's a great way to help and to give back. Or if there is a church that has a food pantry, you can always go back and help them. There are food banks. If you're here in the United States or wherever you are, there are food banks that you could say, hey, I'd like to support. I would like to help pack the boxes, and so that's your way of giving back. Sometimes there's some organizations, if you live where it's cold, that you could provide blankets for the homeless. Yes, you could provide blankets for them. One of the things that, and it doesn't matter where somebody lives, you could provide socks for the homeless. I worked in the emergency room, and a lot of times when homeless people when they would come in, their feet, because they're always on their feet, they're out there walking, and you have to make sure that their feet are clean, that they don't have any infections. I mean, all of that. So, oh, thank you so much. Yes, I'm telling you, that's my heart to give back to people. And I would always say this, Stormy, when I used to work the night shift as a nurse, and sometimes people would tell me, "Oh, you're so kind." Or family members would say, I get emotional when I talk about it, so don't make me cry. But they would say, thank you. And I'm telling you, no matter how busy we are, just to hear thank you made a difference. And I remember once I said to someone a couple of times, I said, you know what? I do this because this is what I'm called to do, not that I have to do it. I'm called to do it. And if ever I have a family member in the hospital, I would want somebody to be kind to them. Kindness goes a long, long way because it's the law of reciprocity. It's how we treat people, how you want to be treated. No, I'm not perfect, but I'm telling you, when I go to work, I'm so into it. I'm so into my patients. I want them to be comfortable because I know they weren't always like that. We're not always like this, and someday. And so that's why we pray and we move it forward that if ever we need it, somebody will be compassionate enough to extend grace to us. So I wanted to say that. Français, bonsoir. Comment ça va? Somebody parlez-vous français? That's all the French that I know. Alarm went off, so in about 2 minutes I have to go. But I want to say this: let us be kind to each other. Let's speak kindness. Let's be kind to ourselves. I'm going to do a whole live on that, where we need to extend grace to ourselves. Like I said, we're not perfect, but you want to protect your peace. Oh my goodness. I talked a lot about this. I talk about, I started talking about business, and somebody was saying what it is they wanted to do. And I feel that it's important that we know why we're doing what we're doing. And now we're talking about passion and purpose and kindness and abundance and gratitude. OMG, all of that good stuff. So, yeah, thank you for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. And you can give this a thumbs up. I'm going to make it live so you guys can do that. I truly appreciate you. I thank you for being here. Until next time, as they would say, subscribe, like, and share, and hit the notification bell because I will be coming live more often. All right, beautiful people, until next time, take care, and I thank you for stopping by. Au revoir.